Everyone who plays video games are nerds. I guess I'm a nerd then. I already knew that. Tell me something I don't know, freak. The taste of salad.
Every time you smile, it makes me want to bring you to my place. Are you single? No, I'm a dentist.
Class, today we're going to talk about tenses. For example, if I say I am beautiful, what tense is it in? Well, it's obviously the past tense.
I have the perfect son. Does he drink alcohol? Never. Does he ever come home late? Never. Really? Does he smoke? Never. I guess you really do have the perfect son. How old is he? He'll be 6 months old next week. Okay, class, we're gonna start by sharing our dreams. What's yours, Luke? My dream is to earn $1 million per year like my dad. Wow, your dad earns that much? No, that's also my dad's dream. Doctor, I can't sleep at night. I keep seeing donkeys playing soccer. Alright, I'm gonna give you some medicine and I want you to start using it tonight, okay? Can I start tomorrow? Why tomorrow? Because tonight's the finals.
Stop making fun of me. Make me! I'm sorry, but your mom already made that mistake.
On a serious note, yeah, I can't stay in stock 24/7 as much as I wish I could.
Pack your bags, sweetheart. I won $10 million in the lottery. Wow! Now London or Switzerland? Who cares? Just pack your bags and get lost! All these people on Instagram are rich. Do you want to know how to make lots of money on Instagram? Yeah, of course. It's really easy. Really? How? Please tell me. Go to your account settings, deactivate your account, and get a job. Didn't you promise to be a good boy?
Yes, I did, Mother.
And didn't I promise to punish you if you weren't?
Yes, Mother. But since I broke my promise, you don't have to keep yours.
I have 2 questions. What are they? Where have you been all my life? Aw, so sweet. What's the other question? Can you please go back? How long is the flight from London to New York? Just a minute. Thank you. She said a minute. Wow. What are your fees? I charge $50 for 3 questions. That's awfully steep, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose so. Now what's your final question? Hey. I know you want me. Yeah, I want you to leave. Hello? Are you there? Yes, who are you? I'm Watt. What's your name? Watt's my name. Yes, what's your name? My name is John Watt. John what? Yes, are you Jones? No, I'm not. Will you tell me your name then? Will not. Why not? My name is not. Not what? Not what? Not. I wanted to say I like you. Do you like me? No. Oh. You never asked if I love you. Aww. Do you love me? No. I want to break up with you. What? You'll never meet anyone else like me. Yeah, that's the whole point.
Não vai não.
Is this Emily? I have a boyfriend. I found your purse at Starbucks and it had your number on it, so I thought I'd let you know. Oh my goodness, where can I meet you to pick it up? I have a girlfriend. Who is Alexander the Great? I don't know, ma'am. You need to focus more on your studies. Who are Braden, Eric, and Jesse? How would I know? You need to focus more on your daughter. Here's the 3 most dangerous kid toys. The kite tube was made to be pulled behind a boat and then raised up into the air. But when people would get up into the air, they would have no control. And although it looks fun, 3 adults were killed from falling off. This floaty was made for babies to sit in. However, it was cheaply made and ripped easily, causing babies to fall into the water. The company was fined $650 for knowing about this problem for 6 years. Slip and slides may not seem dangerous, however, they're only meant for kids. In 1993, there was a warning issued for teens and adults using slip and slides. The slides aren't long enough for their size and weight, so people were getting hurt from the sudden stop. At the time of the warning, 1 teenager and 7 adults had become paralyzed from neck injuries. Here's the 3 most dangerous kid toys. In the 1990s, Rollerblade Barbie was released. Each rollerblade used the same wheel mechanism they use in cigarette lighters. So when the Barbie was rolled, it would shoot out sparks. In 1996, the Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kid was released. It ate plastic foods that came with it and exited through a hole in the backpack. But the toy couldn't tell whether it was plastic, your finger, or your hair. And one girl's hair was ripped down to her scalp. Finally, in the 1990s, Nickelodeon released Moon Shoes, which you would strap onto your feet and the springs would help you jump higher. However, they weren't very safe and lots of people sprained and broke their ankles.
3 most dangerous airplane landings. On a Myanmar Airlines flight in 2019, the plane lost its front wheels, so they were unable to land. The pilot had to do circles around the landing area to burn fuel so it would slow down the plane and make it easier to land. The plane landed with the rear wheels first, then the nose of the plane hit the ground. Everyone remembers Sully after his emergency landing on the Hudson River. 2 geese collided with the engines of the plane to make them stop working, so the pilot had no choice but to try landing in the river, which he did successfully. At an airport in South Sudan, a plane carrying 43 people caught on fire after the wing collided with a car. What happened is the pilot couldn't see the runway because of the heavy fog, so he had to make a blind landing. But fortunately, all the passengers got off safely. 3 weirdest restaurants in the world. Cafe Econ is a 3-story restaurant. The first floor is normal, but the second and third floor are filled with ankle-deep water and swimming fish. One floor has smaller fish than the other, so you could choose which one you'd like. Guests have to take off their shoes before entering. In the restaurant called Modern Toilet, the chairs are replaced with toilets and the food is shaped like this. An example of a meal you could order is called a turd sub sandwich. This restaurant is prison-themed. Guests are brought to their table by a prison guard. Each table is in a different cell blocked off by big black bars. The prison guards carry fake guns, and there's also fake guns on the walls and ceiling. 5 coolest houses in the world. The transparent house is in Tokyo and consists of 3 floors with walls that are completely see-through. According to the people who built it, it was inspired by ancestors who lived in trees. In Hong Kong, there's a house that's 105 square meters with walls that move. Storage spaces unfold to create 24 individualized rooms. In Australia, there's a $700,000 house that's built on a turntable, and it makes a complete rotation every 30 minutes. In Malibu, California, there's the Skateboard House. It's a house designed by a former world champion skateboarder, and the inside consists of a large skate park. Finally, we have the Hobbit House in Wales. It was created by a photographer who's a fan of the movie The Lord of the Rings. The cost was $5,200 and only natural materials were used. 5 most funny design fails. This sign says do not enter, but it also says entrance only, so I guess you can't go in or out. In this children's book it says 5 bananas, but if you count them there's actually 6. In this lady's bathroom there's holes cut out in the stall so you could see if anybody's using it. In this bathroom the paper towel dispenser's right over the sink, so when you go to get paper it gets wet. Now before I show you the craziest one, I found this app that tells you your celebrity lookalike, and apparently I look like Marilyn Monroe. Just press a button on my profile to get it. Finally, this person thought they were doing a 4-mile run trail, but after they finished the 4 miles they realized that it kept going. 5 most unusual prisons. In Bolivia's San Pedro prison, each prisoner has to pay for their cell. Each one is between $1,000 and $1,500. And to get the money, they have to work. That's why the prison is full of restaurants and small markets. In Norway, there's an eco-friendly prison. Everything is recycled, solar panels are used, and most of the food is produced. The prison actually looks more like a summer camp because you could play tennis, swim, and go horseback riding. The Alcatraz prison was a small island in San Francisco. It's almost impossible to escape because you would have to go through concrete walls, the rocky coastline, and swim through the freezing cold water. In Cebu prison in the Philippines, prisoners dance as part of their exercise program, and there's actually a viral video where they dance to Michael Jackson's Thriller. Finally, there's a prison in Austria that holds prisoners who don't require maximum security. The prisoners even wear their own clothes, cook their own food, and live a fairly normal life. Answers to 3 questions about planes you've always wanted to ask. Why don't they have the same seatbelts as cars? For shoulder straps to work, it has to be attached to something sturdy like a car frame. And airplane walls aren't equipped for that. If they were, it would make the plane heavier, making it burn more fuel. Plane seatbelts have lift lever buckles, making it stronger, and so you can't accidentally open it. Why do planes have red and green lights on their wings? The red light is always on the left wing and the green light is always on the right wing. This way other pilots and traffic control can tell which way the plane is flying. The 2 different colors also make it less likely for the plane to be confused with something like a drone. Why are the windows round? Rounded corners help distribute stress, reducing the chance of it breaking. Square windows are dangerous because the sharp angles are easy to crack because of air pressure. The haircut's $25. I don't know what's worse, your IQ or your hairline. You know what's funny? What? Not you, so shut up.
Alright.
Okay, you actually have 11 fingers, so...
11 fingers. Okay, wait, let me count. Why would I say count? I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know why I counted. 1, 2,
skip these 3.
3.
4,
5. Come on, man. She just went from 1, 2, skip these 3, 4, 5. Like
6, 7.
You're obviously gonna get 11 now.
9, 10,
11. Oh, mind blow!
Biggest coincidences in the world. Shortly before their wedding, Nick and Amy decided to go through Nick's baby photos. In this picture of him playing at the beach during a vacation, Amy noticed herself in the background 11 years before they met. A reporter was asking people on the street in the UK if they remembered the final round of the 1967 FA Cup soccer game. The person he chose to interview turned out to be the goalie who played in the game, and look how happy he was.
Do you remember it? Yeah, I played in it.
Did you?
I was goalkeeper for Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a stroke of luck, me meeting
nice.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, can you remind me of your name?
Tommy Lawrence.
The guys in these pictures look the exact same, but they're not even related. The first picture is Enzo Ferrari, who was a race car driver and the founder of the car brand Ferrari. The other guy is a soccer player named Mesu. But the scariest part is that Enzo died in 1988, which is the same year that Mesu was born.
Biggest things ever stolen. A tank from the California Army was stolen by an unemployed plumber in 1995. The man destroyed everything in his path as the police chased him for 20 minutes. A beach in Jamaica was stolen in 2008. Police still don't know who did it, but they took sand that corresponds to 500 truckloads of sand. A World War II fighter plane was stolen by an Air Force commander. He restored it and sold it for over $300,000. This 3,000-pound bell was stolen from a Buddhist temple. The bell was only used for special occasions and was priceless to the monks, but it was sold for $500 a year later. And believe it or not, people in Mahatma village in India stole a mountain peak. They worked 11 hours a day to cut the rock. They stole it then sold it so they could feed their families.
Coolest houses in the world. The safe house is the only home in the world designed for a zombie apocalypse. When you flip the switch, the mechanical concrete walls and steel doors shut, making it impossible to get in. It even has a drawbridge to get to the pool so you don't have to go downstairs. This house has 3 floors with built-in slides. One side of the house has stairs to get to each floor, but on the other side there's a slide that you could ride all the way down to the first floor. The house also has a built-in ball pit. Finally, there's 130 of these floating houses being built in Dubai. The bedroom is on the lowest floor, making it fully underwater. There's huge windows that overlook the coral reef. And on the top floor, there's a bar and hot tub.
This is the creepiest McDonald's in the world. In 1986, this McDonald's opened for the World Expo in Canada. Because of its location and cool features, it was placed ahead of the competition. It had real plants, wooden floors, and art covering the walls. Instead of you being able to see the kitchen like in regular McDonald's, the creators hid it. And to get the food to customers, they placed it on a conveyor belt. Millions of people from around the world ate there because it was a must-see tourist attraction. At the end of the expo, it was closed and abandoned for years. Now it looks like this.
Here's the dark theory about Bikini Bottom. The Reddit user Capmaster pointed out that Bikini Bottom is named like that because it's directly under Bikini Atoll, which is where they did nuclear testing from 1946 to 1958. And because of this, the creatures that were living in that area have mutated and that's why they can talk. Another Reddit user said that chipmunks were among the animals kept on the Navy ship during these tests. And that's why Sandy wears a full protection suit and turns into a strong creature during hibernation. Here's the dark theory about Mr. Krabs. Since he's the only crab in Bikini Bottom, fans believe that he killed the rest of them to make Krabby Patties. In this episode, when Plankton and Mr. Krabs were fighting over the Krabby Patty secret formula, he accidentally ripped off the part that said crab meat is the secret ingredient. In an episode where Mr. Krabs takes a bite out of a Krabby Patty, he said, "Oh, so that's what I taste like." This is why Mr. Krabs was scared when the food inspector came. And they also believe this is why the Krusty Krab is shaped as a crab trap. Here's the dark theory about Timmy Turner. In the show, when kids turn 13, they lose their fairy godparents. So fans believe right before he turned 13, he wished to be a ghost, which turned his whole world into the show Danny Phantom. This is why Timmy looks like Danny, Chester looks like Dash, AJ looks like Tucker, and Trixie looks like Paulina.
Deadliest foods people actually eat. Fugu is one of the deadliest dishes out there. In Japan, people usually eat it as a test of bravery, because the toxin in the pufferfish can leave you paralyzed for the rest of your life. Ballot is a food in some Southeast Asian countries, such as the Philippines or Vietnam. People literally eat the duck egg fetus. In Asia, some cultures eat raw monkey brains. Rather than killing you, it could lead you with a severe infection. The brain of an infected monkey can transmit a disease that is uncurable. Casu marzu is one of Italy's most traditional cheeses. Despite its ban for causing side effects, to make it, you set it outside uncovered and allow cheese flies to hatch eggs inside it. The eggs then hatch into maggots which eat away at your stomach. Dumbest lottery winners. After winning $1.3 million in the California lottery, Dennis Rossi filed for divorce from Thomas Rossi so she wouldn't have to share the money with him. Thomas decided to sue her for violating state law and he kept all the money. Michael Carroll won $14 million when he was just 19. After claiming he wouldn't spend the money on dumb things, he bought multiple luxury cars, mansions, and other expensive things. To this day, he lost all his money and works at a cookie factory. Jack Whitaker won $315 million in the US lottery. When he claimed it, he took it all in cash. However, thieves broke into his house and took millions of dollars. Dumbest things bought by billionaires part 2. When a Hong Kong businessman inherited a 26-carat black diamond, he decided he wanted to keep it with him at all times. He got a craftsman to make him a custom iPhone 5 with the diamond mounted on the home button. The back of the phone is covered in 24-karat gold, the sides are layered with 653 white diamonds, and the screen is sapphire glass made with real sapphires, bringing the total cost of the phone to $15 million. Here's the dumbest things bought by billionaires. Saudi Prince Amir bought a Mercedes covered in 300,000 diamonds. It took 13 experts 2 weeks to attach them and it cost $4.8 million. Data Fugue bought a shirt made entirely out of gold. It has over 14,000 pieces of 22 karat gold weighing 7 pounds. And it cost him $250,000. Finally, Kanye West spent just under $1 million on 4 gold-plated toilets for his mansion.
Did you know you have a big nose and you're really fat? Thanks for letting me know. Did I miss something? Yeah, the door out of my life.
George Lopez.
Here.
Okay. Scotty Turner?
Yep.
Okay. Logan Smith?
Here.
Wait. Smith. Do you have an older brother?
Yeah.
You do? What's his name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Smith. That's your brother.
Mm-hmm.
He was a bad kid. Always in detention, never finished his work, always late to class. Don't tell me you're like him. Are you like him?
No.
Alright, don't worry. We're gonna have a fun year. How's he doing though?
He's doing fine.
That's good to hear. Okay, Funniest ways people got revenge. When Mark's laptop was stolen from him, he hacked into it from his house and found an embarrassing video of the thief dancing in front of the camera. He then uploaded it to YouTube where it went viral and the thief saw it. So he returned the laptop begging for Mark to take the video down, but he didn't. When a girl found out her boyfriend had cheated on her, she asked him to get matching tattoos as a symbol of love, which he agreed to. But she left him without getting hers, leaving him with a tattoo to remind him of her. This guy was just doing his job painting over some graffiti, but I guess the people who painted it weren't too happy with him. They got revenge by painting him on the wall where he had just covered up.
Holy crap, I just fell off the 50-foot ladder. Oh my god, are you okay? Yeah, it's a good thing I fell off the first step.
Luke, if there were 5 birds sitting on a fence and you shot one with your gun, how many would be left? There would be none. No, the answer's 4. No, because the rest would fly away. This is the luckiest man alive. Frank Selleck was riding a train when it went off the tracks into a river. 17 passengers died, but he was able to swim to shore with nothing but a broken arm. The next year when he was on a plane, a door detached from the aircraft and it crashed. 19 people died, but Selleck was found in a haystack with a few bruises. In 1996, he was on a bus when it drove into a river. 4 people died, but again, he survived. In 1970, his car's fuel tank exploded on the highway. In 1973, his fuel tank leaked and his car caught on fire. Fast forward to 1995 and he was in another bus crash. The next year when he was driving, a truck came barreling towards him. He jumped out of his vehicle and watched it explode. Luckiest people who survived the impossible. Satomi Yamaguchi is the only person recognized by the Japanese government to survive the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But unfortunately he died at the age of 93 after complications from the radiation which he was exposed to. Eric Nurse was scuba diving when he found a cave 10 meters deep, which he didn't realize was the mouth of a great white shark. His head, shoulder, and arm were caught by the animal. After a 2-minute struggle, Eric stabbed the shark in the eye several times with a knife and it eventually let him go. Roy Sullivan was a US park ranger who was struck by lightning 7 times and survived. The first time he was struck in the foot, the second in his eyebrow, the third in his shoulder, and the 4th in the chest and stomach. Luckiest things found in storage units. A homeless couple looking for a couch bought a storage unit that had an old couch and a teddy bear for $10 because nobody else wanted it. But when they checked inside the bear, they found $300,000 in cash. A man from Long Island found a sports car in a storage unit that cost him $100. But that's not all. The car was from a James Bond movie and Elon Musk offered him $1 million for it. A couple who bought a storage unit found a 16th century pirate treasure chest. The chest was full of Spanish coins and the whole thing sold for $500,000. An art enthusiast bid $15,000 for some paintings to resell. Among the pile of 200 paintings, 5 of them were masterpieces that had been lost and they were worth $2.5 million. Son, can you buy me a soft drink? Coke or Pepsi? Coke. Diet or regular? Regular. Bottle or can? Bottle. 8 ounce or liter? Forget it, just buy me a water. Natural or mineral? Mineral. Hot or cold? I'm gonna hit you with a broom. Stick broom or soft broom? You animal. Cow or chicken? Get out of here. Now or later? Now! Are you gonna come with me or not? I'm gonna kill you. With a knife or a gun? Gun. In the head or in the stomach? You pest! Cockroach or rat? Ah! Sorry, for some reason this item isn't scanning. I guess that means it's free then. You looked bored, so I thought I'd give you something to do. Oh, how nice of you. Can I get you anything else today? Yeah, $1 million. Isn't it just beautiful outside today? I don't know. I've been inside working the whole day. Is this everything? I have a meeting at 2 today. Yup. How are you gonna pay today? Yesterday was at the park. Sir? Card. Do you want the receipt with you or in the bag? And after that I just have to... Sorry, I'm at the mall right now. Have a nice day. That's what I'm saying. Alright, I'm leaving. You know how to do question 11? No, I'm not on that question yet. You'll have to ask the teacher. Ah, shoot. Okay. Mom?
The receipt's in the bag. Thank you. You too. Hey man, how's it going? Hello? Who is this? I'm Watt. What's your name? Watt's my name. Yes. What's your name? My name is John Watt. John what? Yes. Are you Andy? No, I'm not. Can you tell me your name then? Will not. Why not? My name is not. Not what? Not what? Not.
Most dangerous prison inmates in the world. Charles Manson was an American criminal who led a group of murderers called the Manson family. He was convicted of conspiracy for the murders of 7 people and sentenced to death. But he was later given a life sentence in prison due to a change in the law. Aileen Wuornos was an American serial killer who admitted she had killed 7 men in 1 year. She was nicknamed the Monster and sentenced to death by lethal injection in 2002